Right. It's a good idea to start out here. Hold on there. You want to grab that, Donegal?
Thank you.
You're very good health.
Lovely seeing you. Cheers.
Cheers, Donegal. Tell me you've left the bottle somewhere en route. We are going to finish this floor today, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Right, and we're
We
outside.
thought we'd start at the same place because, well, we like to have a drink on the stairs.
Yeah, except for it's a bit chillier now, but it's a lovely evening actually. If you look over that way, Clo, look over that way. Can you just see the sort of the sunset going out over that way? And it's wintry now, isn't it? It's autumn.
It is, but it has felt quite warm. Sort of the last month has been weird. Our anniversary, a couple of weeks' time, 3. It was, it was hot that day, wasn't it?
It was positively hot. Yeah. Well, we're bringing you in this way because everything changes all the time.
Yep.
That is part of what we're doing for this series.
Our new window. No, just kidding.
We're hoping that you're going to enjoy the series after this. Make sure you channel 4, 8 o'clock. Make sure you turn it on. But when it comes to what we've been doing, this is part for later on in the series. That metal bit is heavy.
Oh my goodness me! It was so heavy. I don't know. You actually made it look like a feather when you took it off.
I had to get no choice because it was above my head. Then Angela went to move it and it didn't get off the ground.
They said lift that up. So I thought, I think it's heavy. So I've got into my sort of lifting position, my back straight, legs bent. I actually could hardly lift it. It's unbelievable.
Getting fixed up here. The door's getting fixed up, but that's another story. Come on in. It's freezing out here. We've lost the dog. She'll bark. We're going to get the dog in a minute. Come on, dog. Come on, Pebble. Come on, puppy dog. There we go.
Oh,
come on. Yes, a good girl. We did a little turning around thing. That's very good. Right. Last time we started in the entrance hall, we managed to go. Did we get one room done? A little bit too room.
We had a plan that we would potentially do the house.
Yeah, we've decided to readdress that now, haven't we? Yes,
exactly. It would have been such a gallop. Now we could probably do a little chat in every room, but I think it's nice. Yeah, I think it's nice to be organic. That's the thing.
We don't know what we're going to do in others.
We had a lovely response last time. Thank you. It was so nice because we talk about the house and we get a bit of satisfaction from it. We have no idea if you do it, and it was really lovely to hear from you and hear all of your positivity and
that since the last time we've started working here because the water comes in sometimes and this bit being redone.
You've not done a very good job on the door, Dick.
That's the botch to keep the dog in. And by the way, we're doing that for a little doggy door.
It's a dog flat.
Right, are we going this way?
We're going to go this way because we came in last time and we went to our lovely salon. And as you can see, I mean, it's you can see the light, how it's changing now. I mean, we're waking up and it's dark, isn't it? The kids don't realise. And come sort of 7 o'clock, we're an hour in front of you. It's dark.
It is dark. So, and we're coming here now. You see. This is our dining room, the salle à manger. Now, this is the room that I like because we did the least in it. Okay, yeah. I think if you start here, on top of that, as a room, it has a nice feel to it. But even though we did sort of very little here, there's some interesting bits. No. You remember the chandelier electrics? Never mind the chandelier.
No, not really. I know you have to come down from our suite is there. And
our bedroom is straight up there.
And you came down. I love how we've come into this room, and I was just about to talk about decoration, and you want to talk about electric, which I think
I've got to get out of the way because otherwise you never touch it. You never touch it. But the thing about that is, up in our room, when we go and see that next time, there's a floorboard you can remove, and there's a massive, great big metal bracket for hanging chandeliers on. And so I was not at all worried about hanging that one. But see the little bit in the metal in the middle of the rows?
Yeah.
That is actually meant to take something really heavy. And that's part of the fact that this is a high status room and it's a high ceiling.
Yeah. I mean, I love the original rose. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. But this room, the woodwork took quite a lot of dog work in the early days, didn't it? Because it was a funny black.
It was sticky. I do really remember it, like it had been coated. I tell you what, it felt like it had been sprayed with something to protect it, or even like a killer or something. But it was so horrible to touch. So when we came in this room, there was a little bit of damage. I think it was over here towards the front, if you remember. And so those two walls were plastered. We kept the original rose, the coving, and these pelmets were the original
pelmets.
And I thought they were very charming. I mean, but Baglioni's had a lot of money. This is a high status room, and actually their pelmets are on just this little bit of wood, a little bit similar to how I did my pelmets. I got quite happy about that.
Yeah, that's not good. What is quite interesting, you see, we've gone for the dead foliage look.
Ah, yes.
Listen.
Don't touch,
Hold on, listen. That's crispy.
And why?
That's a long time, isn't it?
Why? Yeah. Okay, it's not ideal. Why have I got foliage over those parts of the windows though?
Because I haven't done them yet.
Because no, it's not because you haven't done them. We just haven't got to the windows. We've been a bit busy, and it's a big expensive job that hopefully will get done, next year. And we haven't. I think we have already had this discussion, so we don't want to be repetitive about the type of windows we're having. But I still feel that we have to have wood on the front.
Okay, moving on quickly before that gets into so it's interesting. This is side a little bit, and you can see what's had to happen to the windows. Yeah, because obviously this gets refreshed all the time when we have weddings. But these brackets were put in very early days because not a single piece of this stuck together. There's little sort of mortise joints there where it actually sits in it and it's held in place. But it's all rotted, and the bits that rot are the corners, and so there's lots of bit of metal work making sure that the windows just don't fall apart. We had quite a big storm last night, didn't we?
We did.
Quite a lot of wind came through, and it's interesting. You can hear the movement. Now, this room, I think I want to mention the giraffe.
Yeah.
Broken hair.
They're incredible. I mean, they have become our friends, but at the time, we wanted, I say we did a couple of unicorns, and as I called Broken Hair up, which is John and Catherine, this Welsh-based couple, it was, serendipity, that we all know each other, 7 steps of separation. Catherine said, well, you hosted a tea party for me, and you were there as well, up in Cardiff. Do you remember?
I remember the feather boa.
She was actually reading one of the books, and she said, listen, we happen to do a giraffe. I said, really? Well, it would be rude not to buy a giraffe from you. And you was in America working, and I was sort of thinking decoration, and we were getting sort of small chunks of money.
Giraffe.
Small chunks of money were coming in, and they were planned. And when they come in, you had your money we spent thousands on all of the electricity cables and bits and pieces. And really, we should have just budgeted all in that direction. But every now and again, I did have a little sort of play, not too much. And that giraffe has seen as well, right?
Yeah, and it's there, and quite honestly, it's just fun. We've got a giraffe in our dining room. It's ridiculous.
It's never had a name though, has it?
No, it's never had a name.
Yeah.
And we didn't go as far when we did the boot room to stick the feet on the ceiling for it.
They were foam feet, by the way.
They're foam. Oh, well, obviously.
Or a couple of people.
Yeah, we just found a giraffe, chopped its legs off, shoved it in the boot room. That's not going to happen. Come on. But
this is just saying no animals have been harmed in the making of this. It's foam, and actually John handcrafts them. Catherine is I think it's absolutely incredible. I mean, he's such an artist. It's a similar way that you would do taxidermy. He creates that form and then puts the eyes in. But I tell you what I love, even though I think our little drop is a little bit of TLC, is that the eyes are so pretty. And I remember John saying, and Catherine, they were really pretty eyes. But John and Catherine said they went to a lot of zoos, which I thought was lovely because you can look at them on the internet. But they really want to embody and feel. And I've just realised that we are standing, because it's Halloween, so next week. Kids, oh boy, do the kids love Halloween or what? This is all their bits and pieces. I mean, Arthur's been a bit worrying. He started to say, got into bed the other day, didn't he? And he was laying on it. You said no.
Halloween is a big event here. It's something like this because the children love it. Hold on, there's a talking portrait here, but it's. Oh no, that one's got one in it.
Oh, no,
I came down to let Petal out a couple of nights ago. Is that what? That's the
yeah,
no,
they hadn't turned it on.
But it's got a sensor on it, so I came to let Petal out in the dark, and I walked into the entrance hall there, and it made a noise. So
you actually were quite a little bit scared, weren't you? Which I thought was really funny and charming. But we are we're gonna decorate this next week because the kids have just broken up for school, and this is gonna all be changed. It's gonna have spider webs and all sorts of just whatever we can do with that. It's gonna be fun.
This bit here, by the way, front of the house, yes, shutters and things. Shutters, we love shutters. This is single glazed, but a shutter and single glazing is a good thing performing against that heat. Mm-hmm. And those are shut a lot. This comes down during the winter. We do shut the shutters to make sure that we keep the heat in that is generated in this part of the house. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I know, and my foliage is not helping that. So I guess I will get rid of that. But when we painted this, because when we did the woodwork, it was all kind of sort of taken back a little bit with sanding, and then it had to be varnished because obviously it didn't look uniform or that nice. Stained and then varnished, and because I never wanted to paint. I don't always paint over wood. In fact, if the wood is good, I would always rather have wood than a painted wood. Sometimes it is necessary when the wood is not as good. And this really felt sort of quite gorgeous with the rich. Dark brown hues of the what would you say this is? Is this oak?
That looks like oak floor, definitely.
Yeah, and we loved it. So I went for a really kind of sort of pale green, which I liked in here. But on this side, do you remember it wasn't as bad? So paint and the wallpaper was beige. I think it was beige. So we painted over the wallpaper, and actually you probably can't really tell. So this is the original wallpaper, which was quite lovely actually.
Well, it wasn't lovely to look at, but it's lovely when it's painted because it's got a nice little shape to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. There's some things happening in the dining room that nobody's ever heard of.
Is there? Oh yeah.
Look down here. We have got these in the look. There's one there. There's another one there. Look, there's another one here. There's another one. We have got little brass locators all the way across here, all the way across this way and down. So we've got all these little brass locators. You know what they're for, Angela?
Video table?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I was hoping that it was like a little sort of rug that kind of put in and then they
held it in place.
Yeah.
There is definitely a billiard table in here because what we found in the room above my workshop when we dug it out last year was lots of bits that were bits of that. And we didn't find the basement. The basement we used behind the orangery is a bit of floor to stop it.
Did you?
You did as well. You know that's what that big piece of wood was on the entranceway in the back of the orangery. But we've never found the slab. We have never seen the big marble, the big slate slab. Never been seen.
Yeah. Well, that's probably not around anymore, is it?
That's good. It's definitely not here. Unless we dig up something.
But this was always a salle à manger because it says so on the architect plan. So what we always found really, really random. Come into the house, lovely entrance hall. Yeah, you've got the salon on the right, and you have your salle à manger on the left, and then. Yeah, what would you expect to find in this turret? Well, when we opened it, it was a really manky toilet and a bath.
Yeah, it was
and a sink. And I just
we're sort of tidy. We're sort of tidy.
Ish. But I just can't understand how someone would be, eating their dinner and they say, really sorry, just got to go to the toilet.
But we kept evidence because if you look over there, see over that bit? See the soap dish. That's the soap dish that was here. Alright, it's got my fox head sporran hanging on it, yeah? But this is the Tower of Curiosities. And
are you just going to pass over your foxhead sporran?
Cobwebs.
Huh?
Cobwebs.
I got that sporran for Dick, and he went to a rugby match.
I was up in Edinburgh.
And everyone was stroking it.
Yeah, but when you're wearing a sporran, well, you know, when people stroke your sporran, that's a little bit wrong, isn't it? You know, it doesn't matter how you look at it. But when I wear an Ulster kilt with my Irish shirt, it confused the jocks. All the Scottish people couldn't work out why I was wearing my kilt and my Irish top. But anyway, that's part of our game, isn't it? This place here, obviously, we've got our lift all the way up. Make sure everything's happy on it. But
we love this tower, and we are still adding to it because, you know, it's a tower of curiosities, and when we initially did it was always going to be the start of that, and we've just had something from our roof that's going to probably go in here. And every time we find something really, really special, there's different places around the house that they go. You know, it might be in Dick's office, could be up in my Tresor. But if you make it into the Tower of Curiosity, you've got provenance. Boy, you've got provenance.
Hold on,
like this plug socket. Oh no, don't open that.
I've been in there for a bit. I didn't know what was in there. You see, it's all part of the ongoing story.
It is. We got. Let's stop down here because we've got Dorothy.
Yeah, Dorothy.
Yeah. This was when she was really into Elsa, so that really sort of
a bit Frozen.
So it's Frozen, yeah, exactly. And the all of the balloons that we found up in the attic.
Which aren't balloons, of course. They're
not balloons.
The Pathé discs.
See, right.
The Pathé discs that were never caught on. It's like the sort of the Betamax of the video world is what the Pathé discs were compared to the.
And I remember we Googled something. If you've got that, we didn't expect to, and we only use records that had all been kind of sort of scratched, and we have some sort of original. But you know, they made it here because it was sort of quite lovely and special.
And what we don't see when we come in here, Chloe, you're going to have to go back and point above the light. I don't know if you're going to see it, but go all the way back around to the corner and point above the light. Can you see Arthur's sword? We found. Can you see Arthur's sword up there? You have to go past the light. We found that on the floor of one of the barns when we went for an explore as a family. And so that's up there, that's why Arthur's called.
And what did you say about the sword? That it was a riding sword?
Cavalry sword.
Cavalry sword, because it was twisted on the side.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's all the stuff that you know that I just would never know.
It's good for slicing people as you go past them on your horse. I'm excited the French was forward. But anyway, that's all good stuff, you see. I'll remind our neighbours.
I don't even think anything like this now.
Yeah. No, he's looking at that. Yeah, not quite. Let me see your curl. You've got the curls going the other way. Your curls aren't right, darling. Yeah.
Oh, didn't realise. We sort of found this fan up in the attic, which I thought was quite lovely. So, my nails look quite similar though. I love to amortise oneself. Mortalise.
I think amortise is where you actually spread something, the cost out over a period of time, which is not quite the same.
I love to depreciate myself.
We've got a lot of history here, and Chloe, and you have to watch. See this bit here. This is gruesome. This is really gruesome, and this is a collar that you put on a calf to stop it suckling its mother when you're trying to wean it off. Now that was just something we found in one of the buildings, but you know, it's barbaric and it's the old and sort of agricultural way, and it's not. There's nothing nice about it, but you can't just get rid of that piece of history. We'd never dream of it now, and you know, veal is a byproduct of the dairy industry, but rose veal is something that makes sense because otherwise there's no reason to keep male calves. It's interesting, that bit of history. Best to remember, then never think about doing it again. But all sorts of things like that are around us, and we're sort of we just love absorbing what is happening. This tower, not too shoddy, is it?
Can you see all the way? Did you already do this? Can you see all the way up to the top? Because you actually can.
Watch out if I turn the lights off.
Oh no.
Turn the lights on, you can't really see. These. All the electricians, well, Chloe's taken that wonderful shot. She's concentrating on the shot. This has got a teleinterrupter, which means every floor goes up to a little junction box. When you click this, it actually clicks a little click-clack on and off for all the floors, all 4 floors off one. All the wires come together on a telejunction. It's not a van bien, it's not a come and go. That's people who like electricity would be interested in that. Come on, girl. Let's have a little look over here. Come on, this way.
Loads of hair.
What?
Nothing.
That's me with what? Oh, you're so horrible.
I love it.
Long hair. Long hair, lots of hair.
I love it.
When someone does a picture of you.
Honestly, I think we should. I think you could definitely sport
a toupee.
toupee. I'd be like, what are you looking at?
Okay, question. Get yourself over here, girl. Get yourself over here. No, Chloe. This is very important. No, you have to come behind us, Chloe. Did you speak around? Right. Tell me the provenance of that wood.
That is the wood. I was turning the lights off. Oh dear, I did bad then. That is the wood from the original shelf that was in the back entrance hall to hang coats on. Sure?
It wasn't shelf. It was a piece of wood that had the metal hooks on it.
Yeah, to hang our coats on.
It was planning the wall. It was the actual wall
so
for the coat hooks. Half that was a shelf.
Oh, I was more than half right. Well, that's not fair.
She's wrong.
You said provenance, you didn't say use.
The provenance is from a wall-mounted set of coat hooks.
That's what I said.
Not said that's what that was.
Let me know if I'm
You're not right.
That's right.
Okay, and they had the little hooks because at one stage we had little
geraniums.
Yeah, with little cacti underneath. And this is, doesn't matter where you look in our home, you will find a teapot. Okay, there's teapots galore. Is that right?
Yeah, I do. I just love those traditionals. Some saddlers. I love a teapot. Yeah. But I have some modern teapots and some really beautiful ones, but I just love a traditional shape of a teapot. And I used to pick these up in a boot sale, 2 or 3 quid, and I sometimes go on eBay because there might be a couple of really good ones that have broken across the time. And when you attach one, you sort of try and see it. And they go for a lot of money sometimes. I never sell them. Right,
Chloe, if you go down that way and keep pointing towards us, there's something in a lot of our rooms. Our room and this room and other rooms, there's symmetry with these doors, yeah? And the symmetry is very much part of the chateau. So
it is, they love symmetry. I love symmetry. It's Hanson's men. We're not symmetrical, guys.
No, I'm not going to stand by the other door just to be symmetrical. Don't do that. But but the point is they've done it, but then you have to find a use for this. And this one is a little cracker. Dun, 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 dun.
We always thought it was used. It was a drinks cabinet, wasn't it? Always.
They've got the lock and key to keep the good stuff away from the servants.
Mm-hmm.
Bah humbug. But actually, for us, it's quite interesting, isn't it?
We did fill it quite quickly when we moved in, and then when we had our wedding, your mum and the girls, 6 sisters, they sort of bought for a long time Irish crystal called Tyrone.
Tyrone crystal doesn't exist anymore. Proper lead crystal Tyrone doesn't. It's not anymore. Waterford and Tyrone are the 2 crystals, and we have got sets of them.
That's not it. No. So I don't know how that comes back in there.
Oh, there we go. Sleeved on it. We got lots of crystal here, but there we are. That's an Irish crystal, and we drink from it all the time because we like drinking.
It feels wonderfully heavy, and there is one. I didn't really even, I just wasn't educated in this, but when we've done sort of searches, because you can only buy it on sort of the second-hand market, there's something for every type of drink available. Whiskey, brandy.
No, it's not brandy, it's actually cognac.
The
brandy balloons are the big one. This is the little cognac balloon. So you have to warm it up and the vapour stay in there so you save.
Show me the latest ones that we got recently. It's the champagne bowls.
Yeah,
I love those.
Lovely. Oops, little traditional champagne bowls. And do you know what? drinking with it is just fun, and that's where it's become making everything a ceremony. You know, just enjoy everything. And when we get these glasses out, you and I, nobody here, never mind parties, never mind anything else, we will sit. If we've got something to celebrate, we'll celebrate properly, won't we?
Yeah, we'll always get this out because it just, you know, it's like having a cup of tea in a bone china sort of teacup. It changes that the layer, as you call it, the ceremony.
It's the ceremony. Hold on.
Where is you got given some? I called it petrol. When we first moved here.
The first stuff.
Oh gosh, it was it Mirabelle alcohol?
It is Mirabelle.
I smelt it and it burnt my hairs and my nostrils. It was so lovely, and you feel like you must try it, obviously, when you're given stuff.
Jack gave us this when we came in there. And do you know how you actually test this? In fact, hold that for me. Watch. You put a little bit on your hand. Put the lid back on it. Yes. You get your hands. You rub it like this. Smell all the fumes?
Yeah.
That's how you test it. You don't actually drink it to test it. You rub it, and the heat, and you get all the spirit coming off it. But this Mirabelle, we're down to here now on this one.
When we've done some of our food lovers weekends, we have said, would you like to try something very, very special? And I've seen a few eyes cross.
That's why you use little teeny weeny liqueur glasses. Oh, Tyrone Crystal. You see, and it's all part of the ceremony, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's quite fun.
You know, there's something that it's downstairs, I think, in the cars, but you'll probably have to add your eau de vie here soon.
I know, it's nearly ready.
Would you put that in the fridge? How do you drink that?
Darling, you probably best rubbing your hands and smelling it, not drinking it at all.
It's going to be amazing.
No, we'll serve it from the fridge or the freezer. Chill.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In here, lots of different whiskies. There's, see.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Dick has educated so many of our friends.
No, you don't realise. But this is the angel share from the Clements. Alan Clements, who's a mucker and who also is part of our co-production. Alan, this is his family whiskey. Yeah, this bottle is you can't buy it. It's whiskey you cannot buy. So therefore, it's whiskey you do not share. I don't mind Angela smelling it a little.
Tell the lovely story. You have taught me about whiskey though, and drinking whiskey with a little bit of water.
Yes, that little bit of water, let the flavour out. But you see, drinking straight whiskey, I drank straight whiskey for years until I was actually, it's a long old story, but I was actually in the Gulf and I was taking aboard a naval ship. The bloke who was there was the heir to the Grant's Distillery Empire, and he actually, I was celebrating having given a medal, which is quite fun, and we're having a drink, and we're drinking whiskey, and I'm just knocking it back, and he said, no Dick, you've got to do this, put a teaspoonful of water and let the flavour out. And I got to tell you, from that moment onwards, I've always done it. Yeah. It's been a way to drink whiskey. Two whiskies that we have to really sort of, Bushmills, if you haven't drunk Bushmills whiskies, you should. Blackbush if you want to quaff it, or if you want to get a malt to take it slowly, do that. And we've got our Royal Royal Brackla, which we got to those two lovely lads who actually got sort of Royal Brackla.
Yeah.
It's not a cheap whiskey, but it's such an easy drink. It's one of the two Royal distilleries in Scotland, Royal Brackla.
We've got some. I have to say, it is one of the only whiskies that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Well, you do actually enjoy it, don't you?
I do. That's really, really. Is Glava a type of whiskey? Because it's a sweetened whiskey.
It's whiskey liqueur. Yeah, it's a bit dry and dewy.
Okay.
Angela will quaff that when we're working in the evening. You'll have a Glava or a Drambuie in bed.
Glava and a straw out the bottle. That's a joke.
You see.
Anyway, this is the cupboard that gives this room the symmetry.
And I love.
And that you love. That is quite a special cupboard. And just small things.
And nice.
And when you touch it, it doesn't feel sticky. It just really is amazing what makes you smile.
Okay, so it's not sticky. That's good. Now let's come this way. This is the boardroom. Come on.
Oh, hold on. my shell.
We're never going to get around this floor.
I know.
You realise we're never going to get around this floor.
Oh, this beautiful. We love this postcard. I actually want to put it somewhere a little bit special.
Our first biomass heating thing, using wood from the garden. This is our wood, using in here to add to the heat we have from our burner down in the Rainbow. Yeah, this was a decision we made early on. Not enough to heat the whole chateau because it's not efficient enough. But this all came from scratch. And if you come this way,
Okay, come on.
Come in this way. Come. Let me come. Yeah, look at this. This is quite important. This little area here that we're in, yeah, that hanging light is really good because hopefully you can't see past it. Because if you can see past it, up into the gloom, is there a little pipe there? That's the poop pipe from the honeymoon suite loo. That is actually up there. It hasn't been hidden in yet. Nobody can see it because the light stops anybody seeing it. But that's the. Oh dear! You see all our secrets.
All of our secrets.
Now.
Oh yeah.
This is the service kitchen.
Should I go and get you your wine glass?
Yes, please. You get the wine glass. We'll talk about
I'll get the wine glass. You talk about one of your many kitchens, Vic.
My mini kitchen, this is very much a family kitchen, like the family kitchen downstairs, because when we're eating breakfast and stuff, everything takes place here. It's compact, it's small, but it's great. When we first did it, we've got all the piping and plumbing in there for dishwashers and everything. We can't fit a dishwasher in here. That's definitely not going to happen. But in here, this does exactly what we needed to do. It's a forward mounting base because all the stuff that's downstairs comes up this way. Chloe, you better go over to the sink, kiddo. Chloe, watch. And over here, when we go to the oops. This.
That is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I mean, it still takes my breath away. We don't open the top very often, but
you don't need to. But actually, the whole thing works, and we use it up and down. This is our forward mounting base.
And then whenever ever we have an event, you will send stuff up here, service, and. I mean, I know this little bite was on the show at the start, but when we saw this dumbwaiter, we were like, the flow of this house, and it's not, we don't talk about it very often, but we saw a lot of chateaus when we were looking over the 4 years that were really stunning, but they didn't quite feel right in terms of the flow of how it would work and what we wanted it for. I mean, we found this incredible house. It was so cheap, and it was owned by a doctor, and he had sort of the outside was incredible, and the inside had sort of changed it all to work for him. Do you remember? It was just so random that was why it was so cheap. We've had a lot of houses, chateaus that either had little bits sort of taken off of them or little bits added. There was that one chateau that it sort of had 3 parts to it, and actually you couldn't get from the left to right. You had to come out.
Or there's a way out in the attic, you can go across in the attic to get down to the next part. It was like it was never being joined together. But that's all part of sort of knowing what you want and how it comes together. And for us, this little room, this was our kitchen for the first year, basically, up until just before our wedding. Because it didn't look like this. Remember, there's a sink over here and all the lead piping.
I have forgotten, really.
We'll have to go back and revisit that.
About that sort of that time.
The big flat sink that's only about this steep. Remember the big flat one?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the tiles. Angela designed the tiles for downstairs, and they are very definitely part of our kitchen heritage in this place now.
But we love to come up. This kitchen we use for breakfast primarily. Even when we have the weddings, because I always normally make the breakfast for sort of the people that stay here. And it's so easy, and I make that work. So it's primarily the kitchen that we kind of either serve from or as a family serve our breakfast from.
See, little things like this. This means nothing. This is just a little bump in the wall. No, it's not. This is from the ray burn in the kitchen. The actual wood burner next door goes all the way up to the attic. Yes, and then why?
To heat our thermal system.
Or hot water. Or our thermal store all comes up this way.
I knew the answer to that, but I
You've forgotten it, haven't you?
No, I didn't know it or I've forgotten it.
Yeah. Well, we have a system, and everything has to go, and there has to be a very slight gradient on it, so you can use a sort of a thermal siphon to get it all sucking around. Yeah. So that's why the one next door burbles when you light it sometimes, because a bubble in that means a thermal siphon. Anyway, but this little thing here did a big job. It got all the heating upstairs.
Yeah, absolutely did. Cake stands, more
teapots.
Teapots.
No sugar teapot. And look what a present Angela bought me. How many people have got one of these? Right. How many people have got one of these? Have a look at this. Yeah, and what a wonderful present. Yeah. Okay, and you come all the way back close so you can see the entirety of it. Yeah. This is for what? Coffee beans. It's a big store of coffee beans that go into my bean to cup coffee maker. Look at that, into there. And do you know one of the best things about France? That the coffee that I love is the red coffee that you get. It's a Robusta, traditional red. This kilogram of coffee beans costs €4. That's a happy dance, by the way. And to be fair, I've tried so many in the Arabica and all the rest of the stuff, but this as a coffee, I love it. And I'm embarrassed that it's the €4 kilo one, but it is so special. So we always have, as you can see, there's no shortage of coffee beans floating around the place. The idea of running out of those is bad.
Here you go.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Good health. We're still cheers in a way.
It's part of the game. We love this room.
We do.
We put the table in there so the kids could actually sort of sit down and do things with us, but that's never really been used for that.
No, they run around, because coming back to flow, as you come in, you've got this, you do a whole circuit, because you come out here.
Just 1 second. Once every couple of weeks, you can't see it's back there. We've got a black window. That's the air boys, the fly boys from France that come by here. Arthur here produces the world's best
guacamole.
Ask him about it any time. He'll tell you about his guacamole recipe. Just have a right amount of lemon. You have to get it so it's perfect.
He loves it.
And here, whenever we're having breakfast,
chunky.
I'm making it's slightly chunky, but some smooth bits. Has to be right. But this is us, isn't it?
It is. It completely is.
Come on, Chloe. We got to keep going because we're.
So, I want to talk about our new carpets. So one evening we're doing.
Looking up the stairs, Chloe. Come around, look at me, because we take it for granted you've been here for long enough. Look what we've done. Look.
Yeah, do you like it?
Yeah.
I was thinking, I really like black and red. No, we have so much going on here right now, and we're renovating different rooms around the house.
Dirty ones upstairs.
And one of the things that I was actually really happy when we got some normality was that we put the red carpet in, and it felt like we'd got to a point where actually most of the stuff had been done, and then renovations happened, and bless Steve, he would come up and he would take his shoes off. Steve Beechall, and then it wasn't just Steve, he would take your slippers off as well if you take the dog out. But we were just forever hoovering the carpet, and then one evening it was so dusty and so messy that I said to Dick, you have the kids, and I went out to the shops and I bought up all of the mats, and look, I think it's great. It will come down, and that moment when we take this off, the renovations are going to be done, and we're not going to have
of renovations to be done. I do not believe that you're going to, because we always find there is to be messy upstairs. And then we're not going to get around this floor.
I know.
We've pointed out the box for Arthur. It's been pointed out before.
Still here.
It's still here.
It's fine.
Arthur had a little play day with one of his friends, Gabrielle, and they love it. And who wouldn't love having a huge, big leather sofa to go and sit on?
I know. What's it about? They've got their playroom. I said, do you want to go out in the garden and dig treasure? They like to sit and read Pokemon magazines. Nobody loves to go in there. She always feels a bit naughty when she goes in there.
It's box for it.
Yeah, it's Arthur's, isn't it? So
I see. We're not going to get all the way around here, but I want to. Which I would like quite to show.
Come on. We're here because we cloakroom.
Okay.
cloakroom. You're not going to do a chat on a cloakroom.
We've got masses to talk about in here. I don't. Look,
Oh no, we don't. We don't
This is the meeting of the men, but that actually did work, and it surprised the hell out of everybody. Painting your chair works. What is that about?
Should I sit down and let you do 20 minutes on plumbing?
I could do one. I'm sitting in your arse for a second. I'll tell you a little bit more about this room. Just get a couple of things in your head here. This room is quite tall. This room is quite tall. And Angela had the idea that we're going to have 2 cubicles because we were going to be doing events here. So there's 2 lavatories here side by side. And these 2 lavatories, Angela wanted to go all the way to the ceiling. All right? So what we did, the first pass was all of the studding went up, all of the plasterboard went on. We went inside, sat down, and it's like actually having a poop in a tube. All right? You sit on the floor, you look up and you go, geez, and your neck hurts, and you can't even see the ceiling yet. And there's nothing about that which is going to be relaxing. You're going to spend all your time thinking something's going to drop out of the dark upstairs. Yes? I bloody well said that to begin with. I said it was going to be like sitting in a bloody tube. Can you imagine an elongated toilet? Yeah, but that's what we had. And Angela said,
I was going to hang lights.
hang lights? Look how tall that is. And look at the size of it.
It all agrees with me.
Yeah, but if you come in and have a little look at the loo now, I'm just, you see, we're looking in loos. You see, we're looking in loos, yeah? But, okay, here we are. That's normal. Okay, that's normal. If it was 3 times that height, you'd feel a little bit worried. I made a mistake, by the way. Angela, I've acknowledged that I've now made a mistake. This loo seat is adjustable in height. You know what I did? I put it to a height which is really comfy, not realising that little people on here with their feet swing. And, you know, little people are like this, but actually it's so comfy. And so we've got a little stool, which is there for the children, but actually anybody under about 5'4" probably wants to put their feet on it to make themselves more comfy on the loo. Yeah, it's funny and it's quite amusing, but it works. We've got 2 of these in here, and you know, they occupy doors, and it's funny. Angela, come here, come with me. And in here, all the stories are on this, and I sit and watch some of the little pictures of what's going on, like the 5-boobed or the 4-boobed sort of animal thing in there. Yeah?
Oh my gosh, I don't know if Arthur's clocked that one yet.
No, it probably hasn't, because it doesn't really make sense. And you got what about ride the pink horse? I'm sorry. There's an awful lot of things going on here which are quite interesting, but I've done most of it.
Red.
Yeah, by Tanji. But you get to, but this. Getting it back to the shape meant that we had a big gap on the top. So what did Angela do? She started looking for animals to put on top of it. And you went on the search for herons, didn't you?
I did. Well, why not? I don't know. I think at the time I hadn't really appreciated how much of a big space it was, because I'd quite like to have something else up there. Is the roof solid enough? Could we get a ladder up there sometime? Could it be a little den or something with a balustrade?
Yeah, of course it could.
Could it be?
Of course it could.
Really? Okay.
Come from?
That came from you. That was your present from you.
Was it? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. Little white pheasant. We got another one. We got 2 white pheasants.
I'm really sure it was a present from you, babe.
No, was it? I can't remember. So,
I think it was. I'm just going to go with that. I think one of the loveliest things in this room, if I'm going to be really honest with you, 2 bargains that I got that I feel quite proud of. Come with me.
Right, okay.
Is this sink.
Favouriteness. That's like a word that people use, but not really. Favouriteness.
Is this sink that we got from that lovely brocante that's not there anymore. We saw it. Remember, in the really, really, really early days of us being here, I think it was €30, and we didn't know where it's going to be when we bought it. There was no idea that this was even going to be a cloakroom. We hadn't quite worked that out, although we thought it might. And it sat downstairs in the what is now my workshop for a year and a half, didn't it? And then when this was going to be, this room, it was exactly perfect. And boy, this has got to be one of the most after the lift. It's got to be one of the most commented things. Where did you get that? I want one of those because it's just so handy. Hold on. Everyone can wash their hands at the same
It's a communal hand washing capability. And do you know why it costs €30?
No one wanted to plumb it in.
It didn't bloody well work. That's why it cost €30. That was a monumental pain in the bobo. And what's more, I've had to change the washers in it since and taken it apart. I have now got a little box of washers that fit it because it's a hard seal to get onto it. It's very, very special. But when you're thinking about doing events, it has to be strong enough to make sure that people don't actually put it over. That is anchored to the main structure of the commercial kitchen down below us to make sure nobody can make it come off.
I have seen someone sort of like leaning up and kissing on it.
Have you?
Yeah. I walked in and interrupted it. And also, it's clean. Normally, on a daily basis, it's covered in glittery slime because Dorothy comes in here and she goes... And then obviously, once she turns the tap on, everything is slimy and horrid. So that's number one. Number two is that mirror, but I also want to just highlight...
That's quite a bit. That was a good buy. Yeah.
It was good because it was an Art Deco mirror that I bought, what was it, 20 euros in our house?
That didn't work either, did it?
No, it didn't, but I married such a clever boy.
There's a reason why it only costs €20.
Expensive, things.
Low energy light bulbs in it now. Ha! It's the 21st century Art Deco mirror.
This little safe is very charming.
I'm really worried that someday somebody's going to actually change those knobs and that we're never going to get into it again.
How cute is that? We just keep a few bits and pieces in there, sort of when we have the weddings, there's toiletries and,
The spare stuff is stuck away.
But it's those little features that you just don't want to take away because once they're gone, they're gone. Why would you take a safe out? The only disappointment was when we found the safe. I was hoping there'd be some treasure in there. Of course I was hoping there'd be some treasure in there.
This is the theme of my life. I'm just always hoping we'll find treasure somewhere.
I still believe that somewhere in this chateau or in the grounds there is something hidden, and it doesn't need to be gold bars or anything.
It's interesting because actually the history of this place goes back to the 12th century, and it was a proper fort to keep the British out with, and there's the French and there's battles and all sorts of things going on around the place. It would be surprised if there wasn't something interesting somewhere.
There must be. And we do a little bit of metal detecting.
Now the kids,
it's very, very fun.
Yeah. I think this is as far as we're going to get this time.
Okay.
I think this is as far as we can go. We nearly got around the first floor. I personally am looking forward to showing you the children's playroom and the mess.
We did.
Sorry? Yeah, you can't tell me that's tidy.
Yeah, we did the children's playroom last month.
Okay, in that case, I'd like to show you the mess again because people don't know my life. Dorothy the glitter girl.
I'd like to show you the entrance hall.
We haven't done it,
But okay.
It's really hard.
What you understand is that actually, Chloe, can you come here?
No.
That is the children's playroom.
We've been there before. Oh, we have walked through.
That is the children's playroom, and actually, you do a whole sort of circle around, and that
little tricycles. They move the furniture out of the way. You can have circuits and races.
That is lovely, and down there is the staircase to the servants' quarters, the old servant quarters.
Yeah, it's just on the boot room.
Yes, exactly, and this comes back down to flow, and it's
I've never heard the word flow before, Angela, just to put it into context, but apparently the flow is quite important because I thought it was sort of 25 mils in a metre the way poop went down a tube, but flow is actually more about sort of the way people socialise.
Well, we just learn lots of stuff from each other.
We're going to watch the show. Listen, thank you for joining us. Yes.
Take care, it's lovely
Channel
seeing
4,
you.
8 o'clock. What the fuck?
It's 9 o'clock for us.
Yeah, I know, it's 8 o'clock.
Sometimes I have to sort of watch it like that.
That's all. Come here, dog. Just to be sure, what time's the programme on at? What time's the programme on at? Late? What's time? She doesn't know either. This is more worrying.
Have a lovely evening. We will be cheersing you.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah, we're
See you
going to
next
get the
month.
kids back from Grandma and Granddad. Bye.